Voting is tomorrow, but right about now, let's go to Chiwatule, where our man on the ground there, Raymond Tamale, is going to be talking to us about the politics of the day with a gentleman who I'm sure has good perspective on what the country ought to be rolling into, but most importantly, post-presidential and parliamentary elections. Good morning, Raymond.
Good morning, Chris, and all our viewers of NTV.
All right, take it up.
Now, NTV Morning at NTV. I'm coming to you live from Chiwatule. I'm in the home of Nzaire Kaguta, one of the supervisors of NRM in Chiriandongo, Western Uganda, and Wachiso in the just concluded presidential and parliamentary elections. And the opportunity that we have today is to speak about the post-presidential and parliamentary elections. I want to understand, the Electoral Commission came out and announced the president as the winner this time around with more than 50, actually 70%. What do you speak about the victory this time around compared to last year, which was a bit lower?
Good morning, viewers and the NTV supporters and NRM supporters who are watching this morning news. I'm called Nzaire Kaguta. I'm sorry, I have allergies, that's why I'm putting on. But I congratulate Ugandans, I congratulate President Museveni as our candidate, and flag bearers, MPs, flag bearers that went through. But I also congratulate the media houses. I think they are the ones who popularized our candidate. Starting from first rally up to the end, you are with us, you are with our candidate. So you asked me why there was an increase, or why there was
in the percentage, yeah.
Percentage. So the percentage was based on like 4 things. 1, it was because of service delivery. 2, it was because of NRM intervention through some programs like PDM, partial development model, through skilling. I think we are witnessing it on every rally. People are giving testimonies. 3, of course, security. That is from border to border. We don't have insecurity. We don't have any refugee who is outside our country, a Ugandan who is in a refugee camp outside the country. But we have many refugees who are based here. Like 9 nationals in all countries here in Uganda. Then also protecting the gains, which gains health care, because we have taken health services from referral to health center 3. Now it's going to parish. So each sub-county has a health center 3. Education, both public and private schools. There are many universities. Before, you know, we had like Makerere and maybe other 2, but now we have you are better researcher than me. You can find out.
Most times, as the NRM, the slogan of the president is securing the gains, and most times what the NRM people speak about is the security and peace. Other than security and peace, basically, what gains are you really protecting? Because the health center in Uganda, some areas are really lacking. You're a resident in Chiwatule. We pass in this road and you know there are some potholes. In these 40 years, what gains are you really protecting that you've been talking about other than security and peace?
Our own NTV is a gain. NTV is a gain. It started when it was small. Now we have, your coverage is all over. That is a gain. Itself. Before we had UBC, it was the only. But now we have many NBS, NTV, Channel 4. What? Mention them. So that is a gain. About security, what you're talking about security. Security is a pillar for development, for gains. For example, mention now Libya, where every citizen was given a salary for free. But now you go there and see, they are beggars, they are on the street. They are here, some of them are here. So that's why people start with security, personal security and property. So if there is insecurity, everything goes completely on zero. So that's why people say security and peace. You look at Somalia here. They have the coast, they have everything, but because of insecurity, they are not developing. Look at here across here, Khartoum now. So that's why people talk about security first, then and peace. Then, as gains, let me tell you the gains that we have. We have now that flyover. You say you came from Entebbe to here to Chiwatere. It takes 15 minutes. Before we were seeing those flyovers in a film, in news, but now we have them. Talk about the new airports now. There is a new airport in Hoima. It's called Kabale Airport. It's an international airport. That's a gain. There is pipeline now. There is refinery. There is oil brokes. There is a national stadium. There is everything. Those are the gains. There is personal. The gains now, like you, my brother. For example, you came here, you saw my children. That is my gains. I have gained in this regime, because if you don't have peace, you cannot have a family.
Okay, Nzaire, speaking about elections, I understand you're supervisor for Isingiro, Western Uganda, and Kampala, and Wachiso. Speaking about elections, we saw that the NRM had some wins in Wachiso and also in Kampala. But over the years, we've seen that the development in Wachiso and Kampala is quite minimal, whereby they give the Kampala and Wachiso little money. Now that you've secured some positions in Wachiso and Kampala, a few of them, 3 or 4, do you think now it's the right time to invest money in Kampala and Wachiso so that you can have them developed?
Of course, like now, when you talk about Wachiso, the GDP of Wachiso, the national GDP, is around 35%. So now, what has been lacking is the representation. Because even if I cook food and put it on the table, someone pick it from there. When he's not part of my family members, he cannot enter this house. So that's what has been lacking. But now, since we have got good representation, service delivery is going to be easy. When they got Chankwans for planning, someone from Wakiso, Opio, Mayanja, Moses Mayanja, they will put up hands. They say, but Wakiso, we are lacking this, when they are planning in Chankwans. You see how it's going to happen. Then now in case we are lucky, and Ian Choyune goes through as district chairman, then that food will be served to the whole district. So I pray to Uganda that they vote to Ian Choyune.
That's an advert on air, but it's not allowed. Anyway, Nzaire, still speaking about elections, before UCC switched us internet. The internet was switched off for some time, then it was restored. By the time it was restored, just for a few hours, I think on Saturday night, you saw videos that were circulating on social media about people being beaten by security forces, the ballot boxing and stuffing, allegedly. As a person who is a supervisor and a person who is next to power, because you're next to power, what do you speak about these instances?
Of course, I'm not an authority to talk about that, but from a layman's understanding, I know it was a security precaution. Otherwise, maybe the national security detected something. I don't know if it was a technical fault even. Because when there is an election, when there is people jam the communication, It's like this channel. If we go there, 6 people and talk, the system gets confused. So there I cannot tell you what happened, but what I can tell you, the pictures we are seeing, there is AI nowadays. They bring your head and put my head there. So there I cannot say anything. But what I know, now I can access my WhatsApp here. It's here, it's back. And even me, I was in the village when I had gone to vote in my district, Chirhura. I thought it was because I'm in the village. That's why there is no communication. But now when I came back to Kampala, I'm accessing my WhatsApp and everything. But all in all, it goes back to insecurity and peace. Because I hear that the results, when they were announced, people were not satisfied, and they wanted to demonstrate. So one of the precautions, I think, was that national security has to come in. But otherwise, I can see cars are moving on the road. There is no problem. Yesterday I was in town for shopping. The activities are going on. Business is normal. Government offices are working. So I call Ugandans to be calm and wait. If there is any way you can go through court, you can petition. Then the court will review your results and see if something happened, and you can challenge it through courts of law. But what I can assure you, there was a high, I think it was a liberation. NRM people and the Ugandans, they said they wanted to liberate their win. That was stolen the other time also, because there was big practices in the last elections by opposition. So this time people retaliated, and it was the wave. The way they say it was the wave. Now it was the NRM wave. That's why you saw there was an increase in percentage.
Do you have proof to this that the opposition stole the vote for NRM last election?
Yes. For example, when they audited here in Kawempe, this last primary, it was proved here in my own district. No, Chirhura. The other elections, opposition didn't have even a representation in that, but now they had, and the business went on normal. So you can see there was a balance in it. In fact, I thank the Electoral Commission and the planners who planned very well. Apart from these equipments that jammed, I don't know, they're called what? This biometrics that jammed at almost at the end of the exercise. But otherwise, the whole exercise went on normal. There was update in registers for voters, and that's what they used.
As a supervisor of Wachiso, where is it a do or die to secure these positions in Wachiso and Kampala? What is so special about Kampala and Wachiso that NIM wants so bad and cannot do away with?
Of course, this. If you want me to tell you the truth, Wachiso is a bedroom of everyone. People do business here and sleep in Wachiso. So if you don't, and Wachiso has 1.4 million voters. If you don't win that district, the service delivery will keep poor, and people keep complaining. And this is a capital city. So if you want to bring development, like now in Kampala, we have now 3 MPs. Honorable Hindi, Honorable Miss Kawanda, and Madina, Honorable Madina. At least now Kawempe, Nakawa, and Central, you know that there is someone who is going to take the message of NRM, the message of development, service delivery. If he doesn't, then they can discipline that person. For example, now, so that's why I was telling you we are happy that there is what? There is NRM. So it's not a do or die, but this is capital city. It's a face of Uganda. So you have to make sure that NRM, whatever they plan, is implemented. But opposition has been opposing it, development, and they put everything on the ruling government. So that's why we're saying, my brother, that now since we have some representation, we can work together. Even opposition, you should be patriotic. You should think about Uganda first before you say Uganda is bad. Uganda is be patriotic, be a nationalist, be Pan-Africanist. Don't just say because I'm an opposition, let us burn everything and put it to ashes. So that's why we are calling Ugandans, asking them, and really congratulating them and thanking them for voting wisely and for seeing the rate. After that wave of NOB, the other past elections, now this was the NRM wave. Why didn't they complain the other time when they won all the seats?
Okay. Speaking about the NRM wave, Nakawa, Kampala Central, and Kawempe, so should we expect really enough development in these areas of Nakawa, Kampala Central, and Kawempe? Because these areas are so, like you said, they are critical for you to win. So should we expect development this time around?
For sure, I can assure you, because our candidates who are there, they are, most of them now are in them. And it's going, even we are going to win LSA 5 seats and councillors. So if you cannot put a pipe of 7 inch, then down there you put 6, then you put 5, you put 4, and you expect Kurembeka. You expect that water will come up to where you have put a tank. There will be linkages. So, but now we are lucky that from top up to the tank, we are using the same sizes of the pipe. So we ask them to continue, and we are going to win these seats up to council level. And you see, there's in 5 years. And remember, we are still in the old Chisanja, the old term. The president now we are lucky that he has come back. So whatever they had planned, we should demand for development. That's what we demand. We demand for development, but we are not demanding for victory, because the victory has been already declared by the Electoral Commission. So what we should demand now is development, service delivery, personal security, property, and everything. So Ugandans, I thank you, and I ask that if we can demand development now, that's where we should put now our mindset. Development, and again, also we need to do, I think, mindset change. Because now, government that is in power is the NRM. For you on your position, why don't you use NRM infrastructure to gain? For example, skilling. Skilling is for everyone, regardless of political affiliation or religion. Why don't you go and first get the skills? For example, they say you go to State House, all of us will go to State House. But when you go to State House, when you are not educated, or when you don't have a skill, for example, mechanics, catering, they are doing it in this program of skilling, presidential initiatives. If you go to State House without any paper, public service will chase you from State House, because State House is under public service. For example, me, you came here, you are calling me brother of the president, what? But sleeping in a garage doesn't make you a car. If you go there and you don't have documents, even me who has documents, I'm not there, because they will say influence peddling. I participated in state elections. I was chased in state because of blackmail, politics of identity, such a thing. Okay. So I encourage Ugandans, before you go to Kwekarakasa, before you go to demonstrate, first use what government has put in place. Then when you go there with the document. So my brothers, use Instead of going to Kwekarakas, you go and you should ask skilling centers, where are they? Then you see, if they chase the others on position, you can give you my number, you come.
Okay. They say that time is the best answer in all this. And you say that in these 5 years that are going to start, we should demand for service delivery. I will come back to you and put question to that. I won't take any more of your time. My name is Raymond Tamale, and we've been in Chiwatule speaking to Nzaire Kaguta, speaking about politics and power. Back to you. Video with Chris Igenye. Thank you so much.